We're back with episode.
Are we back?
Whoa, why is my thing not squeaking when I bang it?
Hey, Ty, would you say that?
Squeaky when you bang
You
it.
pass
That's
another
what
one.
she
Wait, what? No, you don't get one this week.
I know, but I just want to touch it.
But Tyron, real talk, would you say that this ain't no intro, it's the entree? We're going to hit that intro with Kanye.
Whoa, yeet.
Yay!
Wow, you got a rapping
Laying
career
down
ahead of
bars.
you. We're here with the seventh. Is it the
Bars.
seventh episode?
Flip, what episode is it?
you
It's the
serious?
it's the seventh episode.
Seventh
Have we been
episode.
doing this for 7 months?
Actually, a bit more, isn't it?
No, it'll be a bit less because we had 4 episodes that were spaced 3 weeks apart.
Hey, I do maths in varsity and I have no idea.
That's cool. It's roughly 6 months, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's been a while. It's been a
That's
good
it.
while.
Half a year.
yeah.
And it's like we've
What's happened in our lives for the last? What's new in your life that wasn't new 6 months ago, Ezra?
doing the podcast for 7 episodes.
Wow,
I'm taking the
original.
easy way out.
Peter, your life?
Still single.
Oh no, that's not you.
Where's the puzzle pack? Any of the puzzle pack in a
That's the
relationship
best.
except for Isaac.
Oh
joking.
no, he doesn't listen to this.
Ben, anything new in your life?
I got a job.
Yay! You're like the one person that's actually like adulting really hard, yeah.
Thanks, Ezra.
Oh, no,
No
Tyron.
one else is here.
No,
What the hell?
like, you know, you fine.
I'll just
I
do
rescind that statement.
I'll just flex. I got engaged.
Oh, that was how many episodes ago, though?
Hey,
That was like
shit.
4 episodes
Didn't
ago.
announce it.
Just in case something happened, right?
Nah, just shouts out.
Oh, okay. Just shouts
Anyway.
out to Jay Yonce.
Anyway, we had, guys, in the last 4 weeks of life on Earth, we've had especially as a South African, we've had a lot of news come our way. We've had the Japanese World Cup. We've had Musi resign.
Yeah.
We've had, I won't go into everything because a
Yeah.
lot of it's still coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some exciting chats. But to kick it off, something I'm really actually interested in from when we first spoke about it is Netflix looking to stop account sharing.
Isn't that how they make most of their money?
Through account sharing.
Yeah, well, like so. For example, right? You have a bunch of mates, and it's like, right, guys, let's get Netflix. But everyone's broke students or like starting out in life. It's like,
Yep.
right, we're gonna split this like 5 ways.
That's a good point.
I mean, we're guilty. I'm guilty of that because I've
Absolutely.
given.
Can we put a hand up in the room?
like
Who's
it's-
guilty?
I've given it to you.
I've got
I've
it.
given it to your brother Clayton, and I might have given it to my folks as well.
Beast.
I might have been like kicked out of some of my like devices because it's too many. I was like, oh man, I can't go on my phone. I need to like, oh man, it's got to only be on my PC.
And you're the one who owns the Netflix and pays
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
Netflix
yeah. It's
account.
pretty bad.
so what you
but-
do? You set up a WhatsApp group, eh?
No,
And,
no.
and then you'd be like, hey, who's on my Netflix account? Get off, I want to watch.
As soon as Tyron upsets me, I'm just gonna change my password. I'm joking.
And then so many people
Funny
just
thing
like,
is, I actually
lose
EFT'd you
it.
today. Some
Really?
funds for the Netflix account. Yeah,
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
How much did you get paid?
it's like it's about
thanks,
payday.
bro.
It
That's
sounds
really
about
nice of you.
correct.
Anyway, yeah. So I think we all
You must
guilty.
have gotten a lot of mileage out of that Netflix. Well, I mean, it makes sense. You're engaged.
Yeah, Netflix
Yeah.
and chilling.
the
Just
her whole family. Yeah.
Showmax and relaxing.
Oh,
Hulu and
No, let's,
no, wait, oh no, that one
This
could go
is a
bad. No, never mind.
child-friendly
there we,
podcast.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone want to, Peter, your views on the whole thing? Honest views.
Honest views. I think it's a bad move, but I understand it because they are the competition in the streaming service market is just on another level now. With especially when Disney steps in and says, "Okay,
Disney
cool,
time.
we own pretty much everything. We're gonna make our stuff exclusive. You're gonna need to get the Disney one to actually access all your favorite shows."
Yeah.
And then you've got HBO who make incredible exclusive
They've
content.
been racking up Emmys, eh?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like primetime television in America on a Sunday night at 7:00 is HBO.
Yeah.
That's the show you want to watch. And you can list all the shows that are in that primetime slot, and it's all the big ones.
Yeah.
So I think I understand it, but at the same time, Netflix has a very, very long history from back in the day from DVDs that they used to send to people.
Yeah.
And I think customers have been extremely loyal
Yeah.
for a long. I mean, I'm not anytime soon going to switch over.
No.
I
It's
think
just so convenient.
it's so
It is.
convenient. Yeah. So, I'm saddened by it.
Okay, then let's talk logistics. How are they going to police it? How are they going to do it? Is it going to be device controlled?
it's
or?
surprisingly easy. Just from the side, like I just do want to point out that Netflix's subscriber numbers, they've technically been quite bloated because they moved to worldwide. but now that's slowing down. So how do you get more subscribers? You try and like sweep all of the people who like were piggybacking off of other people.
Absolutely.
So what's cool is that every device on the internet has an IP address assigned to
Yes.
it. If you see many different IP addresses, so like using machine learning and algorithms and stuff, you can figure out if it's the same person using something. So,
Yeah.
for example, like you can know if it's one household because you know what device is coming from what IP at what times. You know all of these things. And like, for example, Showmax, they only allow 5 devices to connect. Like specifically devices. So it's not simultaneous streams. So there's ways to police it. They can if they want to. But like
Okay.
like what I'm pretty sure what we're trying to figure out is should they? Is it worth it? Aren't you gonna be cutting people out?
But what if you're a dad with a family of like 4 kids?
That should be fine still.
So that's 6.
I think they're trying to prevent people from different households, different
is it different locations?
Yeah.
locations, using the same login.
So how will they work out the locations, or is that pretty easy?
that's
No,
the
that's
IP
the
address.
IP address
Well,
stuff. Yeah.
every computer on the internet has a location.
Okay.
Yes. That's how the reptilians track you.
Okay. So
The reptiles?
I remember, because I was going to say now, the first thing is, okay, cool, I can just VPN it and get by it. But
Yes.
I remember last time, Ben, you mentioned in one of the podcasts that people were, I would actually like to do it, but like use a VPN to redirect your IP
Yes, to India.
to the state, to the States, because their Netflix range is just so much
Yes.
bigger than what we have
Yeah.
in South Africa.
But then you pay those prices? Or do you still
No, you don't. But now, Ben, you said that they've policed that, or they are policing it, or
Or at least that's what they might be doing. This is all speculation at the moment.
Yeah.
Hold up, my boss's wife
Yeah.
has got a VPN thingy that she paid for that makes her IP address look like it's coming from India, and she gets a much bigger Netflix thing.
Yeah, so
I hope
that's-
they don't
this is
listen to
just
this podcast.
Bollywood stuff.
Just Bollywood stuff. Bali and like Ipman's not Bollywood flip.
I mean, like there's a big Bollywood thing on even the South African Netflix. It's
And
huge.
I think there's a lot more even
What's
than
it
the
called?
US
Sati
Netflix.
Sati. It's like the most dramatic show.
No, but the like with the shows and stuff, South Africa's copyright
Yeah.
contracts and stuff kind of sucks because
Yeah.
apparently DSTV has everything.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
Showmax is doing so well because they can just like piggyback off of that same
Yeah.
holding company.
But on people on Showmax doing the exact same thing with Showmax that they're doing with Netflix. Like
No,
here's
Showmax is
my
only in
account.
South Africa. Oh,
But I'm saying
that,
here's my account, here's my password, Peter. Here's
that
my
you
password,
can only
here's
have 5 devices connected to it.
Okay.
You can't have more than 5, so it takes each individual unique
So Showmax
device.
didn't care whether one person owned the account and he was sharing it with 5 people.
Yeah, because basically that polices it. Because five would be maybe like a household of devices.
Okay.
Or like one person if they're super loaded, the iPad, the iPhone, the
Yes.
Sorry, I think we're speaking over each other because I think Netflix, that's what they do. There's only a certain amount of devices that you're allowed
So
on.
Netflix allows a certain amount of simultaneous streams.
Yes.
So for
I read
example,
that.
Showmax only allows.
Showmax is one thing. It allows 5 simultaneous connections. I mean 5 devices to be linked to the account.
Only one stream.
I've streamed with my brother streaming at the same time, so I think it's more just the device
So
thing.
I read today how Netflix police it as if 2 people are streaming at the same time with the same password. That's when they know.
Depending on your the tier. So there's
Okay.
3 tiers. There's the
Yeah.
there's the cheapest tier, which is no HD, 1 simultaneous stream. Then the second tier is HD, 2 simultaneous streams, and then the highest tier is like 3 streams, 3 to 5 or something with UHD. So that's
What
4K.
are we on, Peter?
For Netflix,
Yeah.
we got the second tier.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's 139 Rand a month.
Okay.
So how often do you guys actually run into the thing when somebody else is watching? and
No,
you go-
it's never happened.
Well,
It's-
really.
at the when Clayton, you and I used to live together, it did happen.
But that's 3 people getting at home.
yeah, but I think I got a feeling I had my phone on. I was using
the
your laptop. I had my PC on. We had a lot more devices in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Whereas
remember
not,
we ran out of 100 gigs of
bruh.
thing like in a couple days.
I was like down. What was I watching? I was watching Downton Abbey. I was like,
That is so classy.
no,
That
I was-
is a way to spend 100 gigs.
I was
I'll give you that.
binging Downton Abbey like.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Any classy female listeners out there, just respect you, right?
Did you pick up the accent?
No, it's too highfalutin.
It's like, but
Oh, use it
Mr.
for
Darcy.
D&D,
No, wait,
yeah.
that's not.
Mr.
that's not
Darcy.
the accent.
Oh, Mr. Darcy.
Isn't the Downton Abbey movie out right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in cinemas,
Hey,
right?
you should take Jay answer. And by Jay
Jay
answer,
Answer.
I mean your fiance.
Yeah, her mom's taking her out tonight actually to watch it. Yeah.
Bro, you gotta get in there. The mom's gonna.
You should see Downton Abbey as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Ben, I just read just half a comment. What do you think about the whole Netflix stopping account sharing?
You don't care, do you?
That's it from Ben.
That's a PC master race right there.
Yeah, I think just there's way too many streaming services out there. I mean, with Disney pulling their licenses from all these services and making their own service,
Apple's also starting one as
it's
well.
just I think it's making people go back to illegal sources.
Absolutely.
Which we do not condone, right, guys?
No, of course not.
No, the whole entire point of legal action is the legal solution is to make it easy to use.
Yes.
You don't want to pay for 5 or 10 subscription every month.
No ways.
Where you can just hop onto the internet, go into these sites and
Absolutely.
Which we will not name here because we do not condone it
Yeah.
at all.
No, I think it's it's that corporate greed is now showing its face.
Yeah.
And it's a reality. It's like, oh man, okay, cool. I don't know.
Are you guys also getting .com bubble vibes from this? So it's kind of like everyone's trying to put money into this.
Oh, good point.
Like everyone's trying to start one. Everyone and their dog's trying
Sure.
to aggregate services. If you have the word streaming and one good director, you can get a whole bunch of money.
That's a good point.
So
I want to say Netflix took a long time
Yeah.
to get where they are.
What was it in the was it late 90s they started?
yeah, so they
And
used
they
to
were
be
just posting DVDs.
mailing
I think so.
DVDs and
Yeah.
then you mail it back.
Yeah.
But wow, to come from that, let's talk about a contrast between two companies. Kodak, the world's going digital. Nah, it'll never work. And then
They
Netflix
shut
staying
down
with
their own digital camera
Really?
department. So they were looking at it. This one guy's like, "Hey, I have a digital camera," and they're like, "No," because how do you continue making money?
Yeah.
Like there was no subscription services back then. Well, like we know them.
Sadness. Moving along. Big news in South Africa right now. Possibly one of the biggest trending story in our country. The DA leader.
So the official opposition leader.
The official opposition leader, Musi Maimane, Musi Maimane, resigned.
Can I explain the timeline? Because it's very, very quick timeline.
Well, yeah, we got timeline. We got 3 things going on. We got Zilla, we got the mayor of Joburg,
Yes.
we've got Trollip and Maimane all stepping down within the space of a week.
Yes,
no, sorry.
Zilla getting elected.
Zilla coming
so
back.
Zilla gets elected. She
Yes.
comes back, right? So
That was when.
That was like a week ago, almost a week, 2 weeks ago. So it was very, very quick. So pretty much she was in retirement. Then all of a sudden it's like, nah, fam, I'm not in retirement
Are
anymore.
you suggesting that triggered the whole thing?
Well, I think it is significant. The timing is like a week later. It's like, I'm gone. He was the future, the DA, and it's a week later. Zilla's back.
Yeah.
A week later, I'm like, check you later.
So Zilla comes back. The DA is talking about not working in coalitions with parties like the EFF. Herman Mashaba steps down as mayor of Joburg, resigns from the party. Musi Maimane at that meeting says, "You're a hero, well done, and everything for what you've done." And then you go a few days later. Musi Maimane steps down as leader of the DA, and then so does Athol Trollip. He stepped down from the federal chair. And then the next day, because he was still going to stay in parliament, be a member of the party, the next day there were rumors that, hey, they're going to kick him out. They're going to, motion of no confidence, no longer leader of the opposition. So because of what he said, and we'll get to what he said. So then instead of allowing them to do that, he just nope, resigns from the party. Athol Trollip also resigns from the party.
Yeah.
So now Herman Mashaba, Maimane, and Trollip are no longer in the DA.
So can you give a bit of background to who Trollip is? Because most of our listeners might think it's a plant. But it's like a tulip.
I had some
or something.
trollop in my salad yesterday.
It's like, oh, you got
Sounds
burned,
right.
put some trollop on it, trollop oil. So Athol Trollip, he was a long time guy in the DA. He's trained a lot of the new guys coming up.
Yeah.
And he was the former removed mayor of mayor, not a mayor, that's a horse. Mayor of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropole. So that's still a dog show, because everyone's trying to fight for leadership there. But he used to be sitting on that after the election, and then the EFF with the UDM, I think, ousted him.
But let's talk about Peter. Maybe you want to comment.
Yeah.
Musi making a very I would say damaging comment towards the party, saying
It hurt,
that
yeah.
DA is not the party to make a unified South Africa. This is as he's stepping down. He goes for a comment and he says, "A unified, non-racial South Africa. The DA is not the party to bring that through." And
Paraphrasing that, of course, because
yes, he didn't say it exactly like that.
but pretty close.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think it's interesting because in what he said, he spent how long building in a vision
Yeah.
for this party and believing in it.
I can
and,
tell you
and
how
living.
long, but it's a question for I barely know that.
Oh, okay. And I
I
think
think I know it.
I think that is significant in itself because he was the party. He was living
Yeah.
it out. He became the leader because of that.
Yeah.
And he was shown to have the right vision and believing in everything. And for him to be like, okay, I'm out, and then just to like lay that down is, I don't know. I want to read in more to it
Yeah.
and say, okay, cool. You're just like hitting it while it's down and leaderless
Yep.
in that moment. And is it a way of saying, okay, cool? You know, is he saying this is done? This is not what the future looks like, and it's not with this party. And saying, okay, see me in a few months. I'm gonna have my own party.
Okay.
They've
You going
denied
there?
they've denied claims for that so far, but you never know.
I mean,
But I mean, this is the future of the DA at stake because that when you're the leader of the party steps down, that's a sign. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, he then badmouths, not badmouth the party,
Yeah.
but speaks his honest opinion of what he thinks
Yeah.
that party isn't the
Yeah.
one.
There's two things I want to point out here. Just the manner in which he did speak out. Like if you watched parts of the actual resignation speech, and just the way he did it, he was saying like, I was here, I've worked this, like I put my heart and soul into this. Maybe this isn't the place for this vision. So like he framed it as that. And what makes this very, very significant is that this is coming from the first black leader of the DA, a party that's been seen to cater mainly to minorities. And now they were trying to open up the image, and all of a sudden their first black leaders like, hey guys,
that's not a good- that's a
people
stain.
people
Sure.
aren't like, it doesn't seem like these people
That is
are
significant,
progressive
yeah.
enough to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to. So that's rough.
absolutely.
It's
Well,
it's
here's a comment.
a dark time for
Here's
South
a
African
comment
Parliament.
he made in his resignation. He said, "This is this extended to the smear campaign that was run on the front pages of an Afrikaans weekly paper in an attempt to destroy my name and integrity."
Yeah, shame. I felt sorry for him for that.
Yeah, but then he's also putting the word Afrikaans out there,
Yes.
which is very dangerous because let's be honest, in South Africa right now, majority of DA voters are. You probably say Afrikaans.
Are they still? Because like a lot of them went to the Freedom Front Plus. Remember we were like the first episode. Still, we were talking about the split.
I
and, like,
remember that,
how
yeah.
the
But you
VF
still-
Plus like
but-
went huge gains.
4%
Gains,
total,
baby.
but only 4% total vote against DA's 20% total vote. I think.
Yeah, but like if you track of like they were expecting to gain because the ANC lost. If you track what they were supposed to get and everything, all of that went to the Freedom Front Plus,
Sure.
pretty much, roughly. So it was a rough time.
What I would like to say though, if Maimane is thinking of starting his own party, I'm for that because I think there is a lot of validity in that. Because if you look at the EFF a few elections ago, they were nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started this thing, and then boom, they get 15 seats in the parliament, like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is. I mean, it shows you that the nation that's voting,
Yeah.
that is eligible to
vote.
vote, is actively looking
Sure.
for another answer.
Do you think it could work though? Because like if you look historically, the EFF is like a fringe case. So you had the UDM split from the ANC, you had COPE split from the ANC, and they all had great showings the first election, and then come second election, like their support's dwindling. The EFF's the only one who's
They've gone up.
different. Yes. So the EFF is like the one exception almost.
Yeah. They're
Sure.
the only party not
Sure.
dwindling and the.
Yes. So you had a few other breakaways, and yes, they were all ANC breakaways. But do you think a DA breakaway could work?
I think so.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think people are frustrated. They're looking for answers. They're looking for whoever can carry a vision. They're looking for people to stand up and fight for them in the way that they believe needs to happen. And I think if a new option arises,
A good
I
new
think
option.
a good new option, I think it can steal votes from either party.
Yeah, no, that could be a possibility.
It might not be significant at now, but even if there are 15 seats in the House or something like that.
Yeah, just chipping away at that majority that the ANC
Guys, we
holds.
do have other hot.
Sorry.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying in terms of very news and debatey topics, we do have other hot topics coming up. But speaking of hot topics, I want Peter to just lead us into the bishop's water polo coach scandal that's gone
Yes.
down. And I just want to start off by saying this to all our listeners. We're not intending to shame and make a big joke and mockery
Yeah.
of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to just engage in a discussion about, a very, I don't know what the word is, thing that's hit the news.
Yeah.
So I think almost like where we're trying to go with this is that gender-based violence has been a huge thing
Absolutely.
in the news cycle.
It's a huge thing in
And
our country.
This
Yeah.
is like almost another thing in a very prestigious area, a
Yep.
very prestigious school. Like, like kind of the not in my neighborhood type vibes.
So
Yeah.
can you
So-
define why you started with gender-based violence for
So I say
incidents
that
such as this?
is that gender-based violence is a very tense issue in our country today.
Extremely tense.
Because there's a lot of violence being committed against women and children, and actually quite everyone, frankly, if you look at the statistics. So where this is going is that, like, please bear with me. I'm not some bigot or anything, but it's been very female centric, and
Yeah.
that's part of the moniker of violence against women and children.
Yeah.
But here you see older boys, basically men, because over 18.
Yes.
And they've been taken advantage by over somebody in a superior position.
Yeah.
And like, if this was like a whole bunch of women with like one older guy, then everyone would have lost their minds. And not that there isn't an outrage and like people are outraged,
Yeah.
but just like in the media and what people are getting at, like it's much slower. And like the initial position that people would have is like, oh wow, the teacher was Moy, nice.
Okay.
And
I think we
that-
need to make a distinction here. The age of consent in our country is 16.
Yes, it is 16.
Because those boys were grade 11.
They were grade 11, yeah. So
11 and 12.
they might have been 18 or younger.
The initial one was over 18 that came forward.
So I think that is significant because if this happened in the States,
Yeah.
I mean, she would have just been locked up for the rest of her life.
Wow. Wow.
And I think
Because it's
that
below-
that,
some of
that
it's
is
below
significant.
18.
And I think what Ezra said about if the roles were reversed, it would have been a completely different
In South
story.
Africa, if the
Even in
roles-
South Africa.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed and even the age of consent is 16, if she was 17, 18, the roles were reversed,
Yeah.
the teacher probably would
Yeah.
have ended up in jail.
A coach, like
Yeah.
going to a minor or like a student in their care.
Yeah. I think it's significant because when the story broke, obviously, a lot of people like start memeing. They start, I was at work and a lot of people were like in rugby chats or like touchies rugby chats and whatever. People like sending like all these messages and
Yeah.
stuff. And the first thing I did was I just quickly went and looked up like socials and immediately everything was gone.
Yeah.
But what I found significant was, which I don't know if it is like a theme running through this thing, but she's a polo coach,
Yeah, water polo.
water polo.
Yes. She's a teacher.
Her husband
Yeah.
played water polo as a youngster,
Yep.
and then also
Was a model.
was recognized as part of Sports Illustrated Beauties of Sport, I believe the issue was.
Damn.
And he was one of the young and up and coming rising stars
She
in the
definitely
water
had a
polo world.
Yeah.
You said it, okay? Let's be it's a niche, right?
Yeah.
Niche
It's a
is
very
more
like
respectful.
It's a
who
niche.
plays water polo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Olympic sport, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Nobody cares about it.
Yeah, in South Africa.
In
at
South
least.
Africa. Except bishops apparently.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of the big things, just talking about gender-based violence and things like that, for me, what really upset me was the role reversal that we spoke about. But also, when you're a young man, your perception of what sex is and what sex is in life and in relationships and marriage and stuff is maybe not fully formed.
Definitely.
Now you have someone who is beautiful and who has influence over you, uses that and manipulates or deceives or entices and uses you essentially for whatever reason she used those boys for.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, maybe it's mutual or whatever, but your image of sex and sexuality is then warped
Yep.
and seen as a
Yep.
specific way, and that almost leaves a lasting effect.
That affects you
So
for
that when
life.
you move to another relationship, maybe your perception of what it is,
And that damage is not accounted for.
it's not.
Yeah.
And that's going to take a lot of time to work through with maybe a partner or a wife one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually sit down and be like, actually, this is not how it's supposed to be. And you need to self-reflect or go and have therapy or something like that and actually work things out.
Yo.
And I think that to me, I mean, already, I think a lot of young men of that age maybe don't have the right perception
Yeah.
of sex and
Yeah.
sexuality.
You're still developing.
And now this happens.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. That's just my take on
I almost want to say on that,
thank
like,
you.
just that's almost probably where that toxic masculinity that everyone
Absolutely.
like is talking about stems from. Just the fact that it's these perceptions that are just so skewed. The fact that like everyone on those rugby groups are like
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Oh yes, bro. Like,
No,
but she's Moy though. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like that type of thing.
Rugged,
It's-
brew.
we think it's funny and like we take amusement to it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I suppose maybe we're just fully desensitized and we're trying to cope. But it's almost like unacceptable. We wouldn't accept it if it was done to one of
Yes.
our daughters. We shouldn't accept it if
That's
it's done
so
to one of
true.
our sons.
Yep.
Like if we want to cut this thing off, you know, like how do you stop violence? And it's by like going and like, you know, working with the people around you. And those people would work around them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
This young gentleman went to his parents.
And you
That's
know what?
brave.
Now,
That's-
from a
hats off.
coming from a traditional family, that's a massive thing to
Yeah.
go to your parents and to admit to them
Yeah.
something as maybe as embarrassing and as exposing. Like something must have happened. He must have been under so much pressure.
Yeah.
And mental turmoil to actually go, okay, the only people that are gonna save me, and thankfully he had the relationship with his parents
To speak up.
to speak up, and so that something could be done. I think there are a lot of people who are in situations like that who don't have maybe parents, or they don't have that relationship
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
their parents
That's a
to
very
be
good
able to
point.
speak up and say something and break the silence.
That's an extremely good point.
Yeah.
and immediately that power, whatever she had over him, was broken.
Gone. And I think let's go back to gender-based violence, big issue in South Africa. It stems down to this: is
Sure.
fatherlessness.
Yeah.
You know, breakdown in the family.
Statistically, just that
Yes.
like so many young men in our country don't grow up with fathers.
Yes. And here's a guy who's like actually has a dad who says, you know what? Let's sit down. Let's talk this through. And I just want to say two questions I have on the whole thing. Just two quick points. Is how did it take so long for the secret to come out? How did
Yeah.
it take so long for, you know,
Sure.
Because like she's been there for years.
and boys talk.
Yeah.
I went to an all boys high school.
Perfect person to ask.
If it happened, the guy would be telling his 4 closest mates on the next day almost, and then they'd be telling their. So I'm very intrigued as to why the secret got kept for so long.
On the boys talking though, sorry to just the thing of like the videos and stuff that were released afterwards, that's also unacceptable. Like, you know, like even though like we're saying that what this woman did was unacceptable, like the fact that there were allegedly videos released on popular sites
Yeah.
of
Really?
this woman doing sexual things, yes,
No
or,
ways. I
or
didn't
like
know
at
about
least
that.
nude photos, that's also
heck.
unacceptable, like in
also
the revenge
didn't know about
sense
that.
as well.
Crazy.
So it's like a lot of
Yeah.
wrong happening
Sure.
like all around, and
Yeah.
it's quite shocking and alarming.
Yeah, I think we need to need to take into consideration our response as a society to this
Yeah.
case. It should not be just funny.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be shaming the other
Yeah.
person. It should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, what? Like,
Where
why,
was the
why the
breakdown?
hell was this, like, were
Yes.
people driven to this?
Yeah, and someone we might say from a very prominent family in our country as well. Her,
Bishops.
Bishops.
sorry, her father was
teacher
her
in this-
grandfather was her father's
So
a
her
teacher.
uncle is Nick Mallet, am I right?
There we go, Nick
Correct?
Mallet, and then I think her grandfather
Was the,
was a principal,
principal, yeah.
of Bishops,
And her dad is still a teacher at the school.
Yes,
So I think it's a tough moment for
Yeah.
the entire family. But
Yeah, that must
why
be-
this was such big news is because two things, I think, is it's bishops.
yes,
Yeah.
private school.
20,000 Rand a month.
Not
to
in my neighborhood.
Really?
You know?
No,
Yeah.
to send your child there. And number two, I mean, is this every boy's fantasy came true? And the whole world's like, ooh, what's, you know,
Well, you went to an all boys school. Like what's the vibe like?
it's
Bruh.
it's desperate, it's lame,
Yeah.
it's not great.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to another topic. Ezra, you want to hit us off with Shroud's move to Mixer?
Yeah. So Shroud moved to Mixer. I'm just reading this off of the doc now, and it's like quite a shock to me because first Ninja moves, and
Yeah.
now Shroud's moving.
Yeah,
How much money does?
both of them move from Twitch?
yes,
Yes. So Microsoft is obviously loading. Oh, so just like fact on the side, right? Mixer, the guy, one of the co-founders of Mixer, has just left them now to do something in lasers and like for like raves and like entertainment and stuff. This guy is like 20 or like 21 or something.
Wow.
When he sold Mixer to Microsoft, like I think it was him and his partners or whatever, he was 18.
Wow. How much did Microsoft buy it for?
Like $2 billion?
Wow.
I think. Like I'm probably wrong. I have to be fact checked.
Incredible.
But yeah, so they obviously have a lot of money. And another major player, because Peter, I know you're in that space a lot.
I don't I'm not going to pay money to subscribe to someone on
Ain't
Twitch,
nobody got time for that.
but I think Shroud is an extremely entertaining streamer, and I have watched his stream in the past quite often. He is the premier first-person shooter streamer, and he plays all the AAA big titles that come out for as long as they are popular. And then
As you would, yes.
Yeah, so he has streamed Fortnite intermittently, but that's not his biggest stream or most important. But Apex Legends, Call of Duty, his claim to fame is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. That's where he made a lot of his subscribers from.
So was he like the guy that also like brought it forward?
Yeah. I don't know if he necessarily pioneered it, but he gained a lot of followers. And then also significantly, Shroud was the first streamer to break 100,000 subscribers on Twitch.
And the ninja just wrecked it.
No. He actually broke it first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's OG.
That's significant, yeah. And also, I think one of the things is that Shroud was a professional CSGO player.
Yes.
And he actually has a
Was he
title.
with FaZe as well?
Was it FaZe or was it Cloud? It's Cloud
No, it
9.
was Cloud9.
Excuse my
Cloud
lack of
nine.
education,
Sorry.
but what game was Shroud?
See, Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Global Offensive.
Is that where he made his name?
That
And
is
right
where
now,
he
where's
was
he pulling the views from and what games?
So it's Apex Legends, and then the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped today, I believe.
Yes.
Isn't that the mobile one?
He played it on his first Mixer stream
There we
this
go.
morning. He racked up somewhere around 78,000 concurrent viewers.
It's incredible.
So 78,000 watching him for the first time on a new platform.
That's insane.
Okay, do you know what concerns me about that number? That Call of Duty pulled that number.
Wow.
It's like, is Call of Duty still relevant?
Yeah, I guess with the new game, yeah.
Oh yeah, they just released a new game.
Yeah, but like nobody likes EA. Like, why are we supporting this? Wait, that's not. Oh, flip, that's not EA. It's Activision.
To put this in,
Go
this
for it.
into context,
Thank you.
the most viewers he's ever gotten on Twitch is 56,000
Wow.
at the same time.
Oh, so
That's
concurrent,
incredible.
simultaneous views.
Okay, so he just smashed that record
Yeah,
on a smaller platform.
yeah.
So is Mixer going to overtake Twitch?
So
in the
I'll give you the
European
breakdown. I've got the stats here of the pie chart for streaming services
Okay.
in general. So you've got by far the most, 72% of viewers, of hours watched per platform is Twitch.
time? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
naturally they've been around.
Second in place, obviously YouTube, being a very, very long standing. That's 19.5%.
Is this just live?
Is this streaming, eh? This is
Like,
only
this is streaming.
This is hours watched streaming.
okay,
streaming.
live?
Okay. That,
Live.
that makes sense.
Live stream, okay? Ironic, this is very funny. 5.3% Facebook gaming.
No.
I mean, dead serious.
Oh no.
So I've
What
seen.
parents watch gaming?
So there've been some streamers that have become that maybe have been banned on Twitch that have moved over to Facebook
Really?
gaming and have actually become very successful on that. Then in last place is Mixer with 3%, and that's
What?
yeah, that's
They are very new. Like
Okay. But
2016.
they've got Ninja and Shroud.
they do.
Yes.
So they're going to double within a year?
I don't know.
It's up to people to actually join the community.
Okay.
So if you have more
Peter, what are you
streamers-
listening to now? What are you watching?
So it's
Mixer or
it's
Twitch?
difficult for me because I've got a PlayStation. So Twitch is on the PlayStation. There's no Mixer app,
because
right?
it's
There's only
Microsoft.
Xbox
Yeah.
and PC, right? So I want to because I have a PC. So I will definitely watch Shroud.
You miss Ninja, bro.
I don't miss Ninja because I don't watch. I think Fortnite is not. It's a very niche market. Whereas
14-year-olds.
so
Yes.
like Ninja, the 9-year-old army. You know, those are the youngsters, right? And that's a significant
Yeah,
market.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
people shouldn't shy at that. Then with Shroud has more of an adult kind of themed.
That sounded dodgy.
No, sorry. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He's playing violent games. He uses strong language.
Okay.
He's not like with Fortnite and Ninja. He's not swearing. He's
Yeah.
got he specifically says this is a late night stream, so parents know. Okay, cool. He's going to use bad language maybe, and then they steer away. Or he's going to play with people who use bad language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Shroud doesn't care about that, and
Okay.
he just plays and he gets kills and he does well. And
Okay.
that if you want to learn how to play FPS, you watch Shroud
Sure.
because he has got the tricks of the trade for that. I think just one more thing I wanted to say about it. I think what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a leak.
So what do you mean?
So you've taken two literally the two top streamers from Twitch. And I think what other streamers are going to see, which are those top tier streamers,
Yeah.
they're going to see, okay, this is a better deal. Better benefits maybe because we don't know the intricacies of what the deal was.
And
in a
also,
month.
not everyone's going to get a deal.
True. But streamers who have high numbers and Mixer would want them to become a legitimate platform and start making real money, I think they will switch over.
Yeah,
And I think I think it's up to Twitch to say, okay, cool guys, we see this leak happening. Some of the biggest streamers going over. We can now offer you these type of benefits.
Yeah, competition's good for everyone.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think for the content
That's
creators,
economics 101.
very much so.
Yeah.
Have you heard of DLive? Because so like just that's very very random. PewDiePie has been streaming on there.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously paying him some substantial amount.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey guys, streaming on DLive. The content will always be on YouTube afterwards, but it's just some random company getting the biggest gamer
Yeah.
like in the world, and like he's streaming on their service. So like is the moral of the story, if you want something to be popular, get someone with a face that everyone recognizes and pay them a lot of money.
Like if you're doing a podcast, get a famous person on your podcast.
Yeah. Isn't that what the cigarette companies did like many years ago with like Fred Flintstone
Like have
and
James
everyone
or James
smoking?
Dean like smoking there,
Yeah.
or Ferrari in Formula One. I always had the Marlboro
Yeah.
badging on the side.
So so just like before we could move on, are the streaming companies the new cigarette companies? No, just kidding. That's,
And they'll be
that's
banned.
stupid.
Hey, streaming can kill you. Beware. Streaming kills. Okay. So I've saved this quite exciting topic for our last topic to discuss tonight. And it is the US companies that are pandering to the Chinese government. Almost
Pandering.
panders, lol. And almost I'm feeling when I read up on it, China are playing some boss moves right now.
Oh,
in term, well, boss moves in the protesting and boss moves in American companies. So we find out NBA sponsorships, Chinese NBA sponsorships are pulling out because
After a tweet.
after a tweet. So to give context, Ezra, can you just tell us about the whole context between the Hong Kong protests and American sports and businesses supporting the Hong Kong protests, but that are funded by Chinese companies saying, I'm not busy giving the context at the moment.
No, not
Okay,
quite, but yeah.
you take over.
So going here, like I think we mentioned in the podcast, Hong Kong protests.
Yeah.
Like hearts out to Hong Kong. We've been officially banned in China, by the way, guys. So hit that like button because going against we're dissidents now.
Yeah. My Chinese
But
friends
basically,
are so upset.
there's a lot of unhappiness there, and there's a lot of people voicing their support. And now the problem with that is that China adheres strictly to the One China policy.
Yeah.
Meaning that anyone who recognizes Hong Kong as a different state or voices support for them is under fire. They can't do business with them. They've been embargoed. Same thing goes if you recognize Taiwan as a company. As a country.
As a country.
Yes, as a country. They basically.
Maybe they look at them as a
Yeah, so like Taiwan, its official title is Chinese Taiwan or something like that.
Oh, that's a question in the. I barely know that. So let's
Okay,
not go.
let's not go go there. So it's been absolutely insane that if you want to do business in China, you need to play by their rules.
Yeah.
And their rules are strict because there's a lot of surveillance. Some would call China kind of a police state. Like just listing a few companies, Blizzard. There was a huge backlash because they banned a player because on a live stream he said "Free Hong Kong."
And on an interview, he wore the mask.
And he wore the mask.
which are banned in Hong Kong.
Which is banned because it's considered symbols of like anti-government symbols.
Yeah.
It kind of did go against Blizzard's terms, but many people were saying it was very harsh. He had all of the prize money taken away, and people weren't happy with that. Then the next thing was that there was the NBA.
Yes.
One of the
Can I just give a stat there quickly?
Yeah.
800 million Chinese views the NBA in America get.
what?
That's a stat, but that's a
Okay.
stat the NBA released.
Basketball, I've noticed, is very popular amongst the Asian community.
It is the most famous popular sport in China, and there are 300 million people that play basketball in China.
Thanks to Mr. Yao Ming,
Yeah.
Yep.
who played for the Houston Rockets, whose manager, Daryl Morley, sent out that original
Yes.
tweet.
And it's basically a picture, like I stand with Hong Kong. Like effectively saying
Sorry,
that.
let's just paint a better picture of the NBA thing quickly.
Yeah.
Just for our listeners. Just describe it quick, as.
So pretty much the NBA has been doing a lot of deals with China. They've been, I think Tencent is their partner.
Yep.
They've been trying to get their name out there. It's a huge untapped market. Like what, 1.7 billion people? Like I'm not sure the current stat. 1.4. There's a lot of money to be made there.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden this high up guy in the NBA is now tweeting this image. China doesn't like this and is already prepared to just cut off ties, everything. It goes against Chinese government policy. It like people, they weren't happy and the NBA like stood to lose everything.
Yep.
So,
So
like,
Tencent stopped
Yeah.
viewing, stopped broadcasting NBA games in
yes,
China.
because they had to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Tencent gets embargoed and stuff.
But this is what I'm loving about the whole thing is China are now manipulating. They're running the game. And how many months ago do we have the Trump sanctions against China
Yeah.
for certain things, and now all of a sudden China's showing. And we've also got muscles.
The biggest untapped market for Western companies is China.
yeah.
Well, like that's getting saturated. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Africa, like coming another like 20 years. But like, it's if you want to do
Speak it,
business, you play by the rules. And like, what happens if the US had these rules? Would people have been complaining? It's just like it's China, and we give China a hard time and stuff.
We always
Is there a way of doing things really that bad? Would you trade civil liberties for safety, for economic stability? And like understand that like I'm not making an argument for communism. But
you
like
do you like 12-hour shifts?
no,
Do you like having one day off a month?
so Singapore,
Nah,
right?
I'm good.
They're considered the happiest country in the world, and
But they're not
they have the highest standard of living. But then a lot of things are censored there. Like every adult site is censored there. You can't access that. You can't say certain things against the government because you could get arrested. There are laws on
It's like a liberal North Korea.
yeah. So no. So like for example like. There's also like how they treat homosexuals and stuff. There's a lot of clampdown by government and a lot of control by, but everyone's happy. So like surely you'd trade those civil liberties for convenience and for comfort.
That's I don't have an opinion on that one because that's a bold claim. What I want to go back to is can someone explain to me what happened with the Apple with the app with that if you live in Hong Kong you could download that app which shows you the live position where police are, where protesters.
So it's like Waze but for police.
Yes.
Do you know what Waze is?
I have no idea.
Waze is an app that tells you where traffic is.
Oh, okay.
But now that's for the
Shortest
police.
routes, speeding cameras, accidents, stuff like that.
And now, what did China do to Apple? Or because Apple removed their app from their Apple store, from the iStore, sorry.
Yeah. So the like China's like Apple's second biggest market, I think. Just simply,
Well,
if
that makes
if
sense.
if if,
Numbers.
if you don't remove it, then you just can't do business here.
Sure.
Simple as that. So it's like somebody's
Well-
holding a loaded gun to your head and be like, yeah, bro, sorry.
But they're holding a loaded gun to both
Yes.
the consumer in China
Yes.
and the guy making the product.
Yep.
Like if you move, I'm gonna shoot both of you. you
Yes,
know?
yes,
That's the sad part.
Yeah. No,
They have that power.
it's tight, yeah.
So last quick comment before we go on to the I barely know that quiz round 2.
Yeah.
Ruggers, bro.
Ruggers?
What are our predictions for the semifinals
Oh,
this weekend?
rugby.
Oh, of course.
The World Cup.
What else is Ruggers, bro?
Oh, flip. No, I'm not from KZN. I wouldn't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Coming here with your weird
With the
vernac.
socks, bro.
Or that.
The Sharks.
Okay, so do you
Actually,
want a
that's
prediction for the final? Who's in the final, or do you
I
want
want a
to?
prediction who's in the final. And I don't want your supported because we all Buck fans.
Of course.
Yeah, but let's realize because people are calling the England New Zealand game tomorrow the final before the final because they're the two best teams in the comp.
Sure.
I haven't been following enough, but what I do
Do you know
know.
who's in the semifinals?
Yes, I know. South Africa and Wales, and then England and the All Blacks. I'm calling it if South Africa manages to play like they did in the second half of the last game,
Okay,
we'll be fine
we'll be in the finals against who?
against New Zealand. Because
That'll
as
be
New,
the first
Ze-
time since '95.
New Zealand hasn't lost yet, have they?
Not this World Cup. But the statistics show that every team that's won a World Cup has not lost a single group stages all the way through to the
We
final.
are going to change that. This is the year. Like, didn't you say every like 4 World Cups or something we win? Or what was it?
Well, no,
Something stupid?
South Africa and New Zealand are the most successful teams for the amount of World Cups they've played and World Cups they've won.
Yeah.
And there's only ever been one team outside of Australia, New Zealand, South Africa to win a Rugby World Cup. And that was England 15 years ago.
Yeah, then they're not going to win it, unless by some miracle.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
It would be.
I would love to see.
Peter,
that.
your prediction.
Prediction. Okay. I'm a box fan, obviously through and through, but I have a Welsh surname. Okay?
Oh,
Griffith.
So
It's got a triple
Yeah.
F.
triple F, right? No, for the Griffin. Okay, so I'm so glad Family Guy came out after I left high school.
You'd have been bullied.
It was tough. It would have been tough. Okay, so if we win,
Yeah.
which I think we can, it's going to be a very close game, but I think we can do it.
And Wales are ranked above us, by the way. In world
Sure.
rankings.
Then I really hope for a classic All Blacks box final. That would just be so satisfying, and I think the whole world would love that.
Yeah.
If we lose, I hope
Wales.
England goes through and just destroys England, become world
England
champions.
goes through and destroys
Wales
England.
goes through and
I would love that.
Wait.
Okay.
But Wales and England is the same thing. The
They
UK wins either way.
Listen, Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, was with them and was like,
Who is he
"Yo,
supporting?"
boy." Well, he's the Prince of Wales. You got to support
he has
Wales.
to support Wales.
So
has to.
it's like his mom, the Queen, shows up with an England shirt.
Hold up. Producer Ben has got his predictions.
Here we go.
The wildest prediction
I,
yet.
I got a joke. Do you think we're gonna beach the whales?
Ha ha ha! Which is
already
funny
watched?
because the Japanese
him.
hunt whales.
Wow.
Not too bad they are.
That's
Hey guys,
Moment of silence.
did Japan
Research and
did
development.
Japan go home after losing?
Oh,
I still have a game to play for third.
Oh, okay.
No, they got knocked out of the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Only the semi-finalists.
Oh, sorry.
Flip. So like,
But if we go back to last
it's not to
podcast,
leave. Yeah.
I made a prediction and I said, who's the team to watch out for? And
no,
Japan was
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yes.
They went and beat Ireland and Scotland.
Incredible.
Yes, but we beat them again.
Yeah. No, but South Africa, we're good. Anyway, now everyone get your squeaky or your sound out.
The
Okay, do you,
soundboard.
for the like purpose of the guys listening at home, do you want to like introduce the
this is
squeakers?
Peter's. Okay, Peter on my left over here. Whenever you hear this sound, I can do it again. Okay, that's Kanye. That's Peter. Ezra. That's a duck. And then my personal favorite, Ben. The Tabooty Drive. On
Wait,
5.
what?
Oh, that's Tando Tabooty's show.
Really?
Tando Tabete.
She's allowed to call it that.
Yep.
Okay, I should write a letter to Busasa. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, okay,
Not
so we got 7 questions and all related to the topics of the day of the podcast, and we got a bonus question just in case there's a tie.
Okay.
And the bonus question kind of came up in the podcast earlier on, but no one kind of got the right answer. Anyway, so how it's going to work? I'll ask a question first. Reaction I hear between Peter and. So the first one I hear, or even your viewers hear about that, I'll say, what's the answer? Please only squeak or play an instrument after I've gone to
okay.
option D.
Yeah, and I also want to like encourage the guys at home. Write down your answers. See, post in the comments how many you get right.
See how
Very
well
interesting.
you did.
They need to post their answers to us.
Oh,
Via
Flip,
carrier
yes.
Yes.
Yes, because you've seen those Reddit things when they post in the past, in the future, right? To the past.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so statistics. First
Yeah.
question, number 1.
I do that.
What is Netflix's most popular show in the US? Is it A? Okay, well,
I'm so sorry.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I'm actually just interested to see if you get the answer right. And I know he waited, or was it unfair if I...
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I jumped the gun. My bad.
Okay, because I'd be really impressed without the options if you get it right.
I'll tell you what I thought.
Are you too happy with that? Without me, because you guys weren't ready to press it? If you guys say yes, then I'm going to take it.
But then it's out.
No, then I'm going to go through the options.
Okay.
Okay. Option A. Okay. What is Netflix's most popular show? A. Friends. B. The Office. C. Orange is the New Black. Or D. Stranger Things. Okay. Ezra went first.
Stranger Things. That was the obvious choice.
No, Ezra's wrong. Okay. So you are DQ'd.
Yeah.
Whoever's next. Ooh.
Oh.
I heard Ben.
What are the options again?
A. Friends. B. The Office. C. Orange is the New Black. And not D.
Friends. I'm gonna go with Friends.
Oh, Friends is a close second place, but something just pipped it.
Really?
So, yep. And Peter, it's between...
Okay. To be honest, I was gonna say Friends.
And Friends was for a long time.
Okay.
And this just, like literally a day or two ago, pipped it.
Office.
The Office.
but
the
the-
most
the-
watched
Goodness.
show in
thought
the
they
US.
took
Is it still on
Office off.
Netflix?
Hey?
They took it off the Netflix. I swear they lost the Office.
We
and they lost
never had
Friends.
it in the South African.
We
Netflix.
never had it. But they lost Friends and they lost the Office. I swear.
Okay,
They lost Friends,
Well,
yes.
at the time, The Office was on.
Okay.
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 Office was the most
Because
viewed show.
NBC also brought out Peacock, right, as their
Okay,
streaming
so
service.
I'm going to put Peter down for number 1.
Okay.
Well, 1 point. Okay. Question number 2. How many years was Musi leader of the DA? Okay, or should I say Loisius?
Is that the end of the question?
Yep. No, sorry, I need to go through. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, option A, 6 years. Option B, 3 years. Option C, 5 years. Option D, I'm not going to say because I see Peter doesn't have his toy out. Option D, 4 years. Peter, you guys are going to come last every time because Asia's got the
I'm
quickest
just so
squeak.
quick. Okay. So I swear he got elected in 2015. So that means it should be 4 years.
That is the correct answer.
Yes.
Yay! Okay.
Woo. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick, because what I'm seeing is Peter takes and Ben, it takes a while for your phones to react, and where Ezra can just go instantly, and then I'm hearing his first. So do you guys want to take one of these each, just
Or do you guys also want to raise up your hands as well? So we all raise up our hands and make a sound.
Oh, that's a.
Let's do
I
this.
don't know. Where's the other squeaky thing?
For our listeners, you're going to have to picture us raising our hands.
Yes. we'll post pictures
Okay,
of us
so we got
raising our
Peter
hands.
1, Ezra 1. Okay. Now's the question. If those of you don't know who Fiona Viotti is, does everyone know who that is?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, Ben, you don't know who that is. Okay, I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay.
So, what is the age of Fiona Viotti? Is it A, 29, B, 30, C, 31, or D, 28? Ezra.
I'm going to go with 31.
Okay, incorrect. Ben.
Ben,
I mean, was that...
No,
That
Ben,
was-
ben
that
was
was
first.
Ben.
Is it D28?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
It's what were the 38 the ages again?
29, A, B is 30, C, 31, which was Ezra's answer, and D, Ben's answer, 28, which is also
I
wrong.
think she was 31.
Well, that was Ezra's answer already.
What?
Ezra said 31
I
first,
don't know.
and he got it wrong.
Sorry, then it's got to be 30.
That's the answer. So for those of you
I'll
who don't know,
buy it. Yeah, can't I get half a point?
Fiona Viotti I don't know how to say the surname, was the Bishop's water polo coach
Okay.
who got in
Now
all
I
that
know.
trouble. Okay, so we got Peter with 2. Wow, I didn't know these questions would be that difficult. It's good. Okay, interesting one. What year did Twitch start? Is it A, 2013, B, 2012, C, 2011, or D, 2010? I heard Pete's... Was it yours first? Was it Pete's first?
They all sound the same.
I heard Pete's first.
So give the
It goes ranges from 2013 to 2010. 2013, 2012, 2011, 2010. If you can
Okay.
give the month, you're going to get a
Okay.
bonus point.
I'm gonna say 2013.
Incorrect.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 2010.
Yo, another incorrect one.
Is it 2012?
Okay, because you said 2012 and the answer was 2011.
I knew it was 2011.
No one's gonna get that. So I'm
was
gonna
it May of 2011 though?
It was June of 2011.
Damn it! I thought it was going to be cool.
It's insane.
Okay. Wow, guys. Wow. I'm loving it. This is the guess game. Okay. What high position? It's question number 5. Right now we got Peter with 2, Ezra with 1, producer Ben with nothing.
You got to step up your
And-
game, Ben.
What high position did Mbete hold at the ANC?
Ow.
Okay, Peter. Just,
Ow.
Sorry.
you go for it. I don't go through the options, but
Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House.
Not in the ANC. No. You asked for in this ANC. In the ANC, she was.
Okay, I might have got.
She was the spokesperson.
Yeah, but that is Speaker of the House.
No. Speaker of the House is parliamentary position.
Okay, well then I got the question wrong because that was the answer. I was
Okay.
looking for.
No, I'll give it.
Right. Okay, so we got Peter.
By the way,
we got Peter with 3 with only 2 questions
Parliament's
left.
not the ANC. There's a separation of powers. Okay.
Okay. Question number 6. When was Hong Kong founded as a country? Was it A, 1980? Was it D, 2001? Was it E, 1995?
What?
Or was it? Sorry, I'm jumping there. Was it A, 1980? Was it B, 2001? Was it C, 1995? Or was it D, 1997?
Can I just, please? It's not a country.
Yeah, it's not a country.
Oh no, when they gained
Independence. They
sorry.
never gained independence.
Or when did they become a separate
So,
entity?
independence from Britain.
Well, I googled when did they get independence, and this was the thing that came up.
This is very nuanced.
This is what can be nuanced as can be.
Yeah, Peter?
Peter, you go for it, bro.
1980.
Incorrect.
What?
Okay, so, sorry, could you list them again? Because I would like to...
It was 1980, 2001, 1995.
And 1997.
I'm going to go with 1995 from independence from Britain.
Ooh, close.
Ah,
No
flip.
answer.
Ben,
Hold up.
yeah?
What was the options?
Well, 1980 and 1997 right now. No, sorry. 2001 and 1997.
1997.
Ben, you finally got one.
Yay! Point by
And
default.
by the way, it wasn't quite independence because basically that was when the British mandate thing ran out because it was a 99-year
Well, that's
mandate.
the answer I was looking for.
Okay,
Okay, then a slightly...
I know the history.
I thought Margaret Thatcher was the thing in 1980. My bad.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
which was,
clearly.
yeah.
Okay,
Clearly I
now
got it
really,
wrong.
really out of the question. And I'm going to do the bonus question just because no one got the answer right
Bonus
for what
boy.
year did Twitch start. Okay, what is the name of Coldplay's new album? Is it A, Everyday Life? Is it B, State of Mind? Is it C, City with Lights? Is it D, Parachutes?
That was me.
That was Ezra first.
State of mind.
Incorrect. Ben.
Everyday life.
Everyday. Ooh, Ben's got now.
Why
two.
are you so cultured?
Wow, we've got Ezra with 1, Peter with 3 and Ben with 2. So this last question is a playoff between.
I just want to say, like, defending myself, I never remembered dates in history class. I always used to write the best essays, never dates.
Good. Well, Einstein said I don't use my brain to store memory. I use it to think. So.
Oh,
well done,
okay.
Einstein.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is quite a tricky one because the answer is very, very, like, you need to get it right. And it's the bonus question. What is Hong Kong's full name? Anyone go? Ezra.
Oh, flip. I have to know this.
I'll tell you how
because-
many words there are in
Yeah?
the name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nah, I'm done.
Oh. Well, if no one gets it, you win.
No, Ben also has 2.
No, Peter has 3.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with the
No, Ben. Stop Googling.
the Chinese Protectorate of Hong Kong. Sorry, the Chinese People's Protectorate of Hong Kong.
A lot of words close, but not right. It does have Chinese, it does have Hong Kong.
Just check his Apple.
I typed King Kong by accident.
What's King Kong's full name, though, please?
So the answer is Hong Kong Chinese Special Administrative Region.
Wow.
Oh, I'm gonna go read the Wikipedia page for Hong Kong now.
You're going to have to. So,
Never gonna use it again.
producer Ben didn't win. Ezra, surprisingly,
I don't know how I
got
did so
1
badly.
point. And Peter's doing the drum roll. We have Peter. Wait, play your thing. Da-na-na-na, or whatever it goes. Peter with
Thank
3
you.
points.
Well done, Peter.
Wins the second. Guys, sorry about the questions not being right, the answers not being.
No.
But you know what?
No, it was good.
It's like rigged, like just everything else.
Everything. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you'll be happy in life.
Yes.
Everything's rigged.
Matric
the government
exams.
owns everything.
Anyway, that's it for our 7th episode. I know we went a bit longer today, but cheers. The Puzzler Pack. Keep
Yeah,
supporting.
please remember to
Yeah.
like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Comment your favorite part. If you found anything interesting, if you want to engage us in conversation, comment down below. If you have something you want us to talk about next week as well,
Yeah.
please comment that down.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
great. Suggestions welcome.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Sweet.
Love you. Bye.